At what point did you know that of all, and she had many suitors, fine girl like this. She had many suitors from America, from Germany, from Italy. She had many suitors from everywhere. In fact, some of them, I tell you, they had more money than me. She had many suitors, right? But how did you know, at what point did you know that it was this guy is the guy and that you should marry me?
Okay.
That's the question.
Who is interested to know? Okay. The reason we are doing this is because I am sure that one or two persons will learn something from this, and there's always that sign. The truth is, at the time, the reason I took that 1 year was because there were other people. And if I were to judge based on their status, based on every other thing, I was going to choose them. And I was really having a struggle within me. I said, God, I know you promised me your own, but can't it be this person? Because everyone knows I'm from Anambra State. I am Igbo. Yeah. So I was asking myself, how would I walk up to my dad, being the first daughter, to tell him I want to go to the north to get married, or I want to get married to a Kaduna State person. So it didn't sit well with me. I hadn't even discussed it with my parents, but I knew it was a no. Another thing, I said, God, I told you I want a God-fearing man, but not a pastor. I had my, Another thing, I said, I want someone with six packs, someone with dreadlocks, someone with, someone with swag.
I had a very big one.
So if I were to judge by everything I was seeing, it wouldn't have happened. But there was something I couldn't just take away. It was the peace I had. For those 1 year, each time we had any chance to see and talk, we could talk endlessly and we could share the Bible. Each time I left a new person. Each time I left, I learned something more. So it was a river I always wanted to go and drink from. He was improving me spiritually, improving me physically. He kept on asking me, so what is the next stage of your life? What do you want to do next? What are your goals? So he made sure that every aspect of my life was improved. My spiritual life, he gave me passages of the Bible. He said, read the book of John, you'll get to know Christ. So we sit down on the table and we talked all the time. And for me, that was the deal breaker for me, because I didn't see it in other people. Other guys would want to take from you, but each time I came to him, my cup was being filled. And he was interested in my future. He was interested in everything I did, my career. He always asked me questions about that. So, and one thing is the peace I had was tangible. I could feel it. There are people you are with, and each time you leave their presence, you're disturbed. Something just leaves you. There is something about it. And the funny thing was, I asked the Holy Spirit, I said, show me the sign that this person is meant for me. Do you know the thing? Between that 1 year, he kicked out every single person, and he was the only man standing. So by that December, when I said, okay, I think I'm ready, there was no other person. God had a way of just kicking them out individually, and he was the only one standing. And God asked me, he said, what else are you looking for? This man has proved himself for you. He's been patient. He's improved you. He has ticked all your he has ticked all your checklists, right? Yeah. All your boxes. So what are you looking for? I said, one more thing. How can he have 6 packs for me now? Like, how can I change him? Because it was a big deal for me. We're getting there, right? We're not where we used to be. But the thing is, one thing I love about him is that he's a teachable person. He's a teachable person. And the Holy Spirit dropped in my heart and said, teach him. He will hear. He will listen. Because he's my son. Talk to me for him. And because he's my son, I will speak to him. And I remember that day. In fact, one of the things that made me made the process very fast for me. He called me. I was at work. He said, do you know what? I'm at the hospital now. I said, what are you doing at the hospital? Are you sick? He said, no. He said, I'm doing my profile. I'm checking my weight, I'm going on a weight loss journey right now. I just want to be better for you. I want to be good for you. I want to be all you want. And I never spoke to him about it. I just told God that the only thing on this checklist now is 6 packs. So, do you understand? And for some reason, he cued into it and told me, I am going to lose this weight for you because I know this is what you love. So first thing is, the peace I had with him was tangible. If you're with someone and each time you leave the person, you lose your peace, the person is not the one. If you're with someone and the person is not a teachable person, the person is not the one. If you're with someone and you're not being improved on a daily basis, your spiritual life is not growing, you're not growing physically, the person is not concerned about your future, about your career, the person is not willing to hold you by the hand and take you to the next level, the person is selfish. If you're with someone and the person is not a selfless person, the person cannot put you ahead before themselves, then the person is not the person.